So I want to talk just a little bit more about random containers and also introduce sequence containers because they're almost identical. So here, another way of adding a new child is to right-click, and we can add it from right here. So maybe a little easier than accessing it up here. We also have our shortcuts. So we want a new random container. There we go. Name it random1 again. And I have 3 WAV files I'm just going to drag in. And you see there actually, it's my temp audio that I use a lot for these kind of things. And if you ever want to learn a second language, it's kind of fun to kind of make the temp audio in the alternate language. So you're doing your audio work and you're also kind of exercising your language brain at the same time. So this is 1, 2, and 3 in Japanese. We're going to import that. And you see it doesn't support 2-byte characters. That's why we get the little squares here, but at least it doesn't blow anything up. I have a funny story about that I can relate later on. So if we open up our random, you can see we have our 3 numbers here.
1 2 3
So that's 1, 2, and 3 in Japanese. I really like using temp audio for a lot of things, for a lot of different reasons. In this case, since it's saying 1, 2, 3, we know exactly the order that these things are playing in. There's no guessing. So if we just hit random with our base settings,
2 3 2 1 3 2
so our play type here is random, and it's either standard or shuffle. So true random means we can hear the same thing twice in a row. You don't have to go through all of them. So if you want to hear everything at least once before you repeat, that's actually shuffle. And if we have enough items, we can say avoid repeating last X number. So with only 3, we don't have any options. But if you had more here, you could say, put this number up there so you really would not hear things repeat very often. So now if we play it.
1 2 3
So it's on continuous. If we put it in step mode, that means 1 play per button click.
1
So every time I press the transport, it just plays 1.
2 3
Continuous, it'll play the whole thing.
1 3 2
It'll play the whole list at least once. If I want to, I can loop it indefinitely, either infinite or a certain number of times.
1 3 2 3 2 1
So that was all. It's just with one button click of the transport control and it plays. So the interesting thing here is you can see the little icon here for random. And over here we have a sequence option. So you can see if you look at the icon, when I press sequence, it changes the icon. So this is the sequence icon, and this is the random container icon. So they're literally the same thing, other than this one plays, obviously in random, and this one will play in the order that you specify. So the sequence has a playlist, and this is our playlist down here. So all of these things, play mode, loop, these are all still valid things. So down here, sequence, we can make our playlist. And at the end of the playlist, it'll restart, or we can play in reverse order. Play mode continuous. So if I hit the play once, it should play all 3. Oh, and here I want to take off always reset playlist. I can hear it go through the playlist.
1 2 3 1 2 3
So that's on loop. If we take off the loop and then we do step, each time we play it, we should get one of these.
1 2 3
And you can see a little caret as it progresses, which one's going to play next. So that is random and sequence.